go. What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central. Happy Friday, everybody. It's been a good day. It's a good day. I skipped yesterday's live stream. We had a little bit of a... It was a variety show. My oldest stepson, Cruz, he's got a thing for acting and singing. And this is kind of his first real extracurricular activity that he actually enjoys. Thought it might have been band. Didn't really enjoy band. Of course, there was band concerts throughout middle school and all of that. This was different. Cruz had he had a couple of solo songs. He did the Feed Me Seymour song from Little Shop of Horrors. And he sang a song from Moana as well in a trio, as well as part of the overall concert choir. So it was really good. It was really good to see him. Whole family came out and enjoyed an hour of high school music from different plays like Mean Girls and let's see, the Moana play, the Waitresses play, the Matilda. There was a scene from the Shrek play. Just musical, just music, just singing, Wouldn't miss it. And that was last night. It was his first thing. We got a cool playbill. We're going to frame it. We're going to throw up some, throw some tickets in there. We're going to have him sign it. It's going to be a nice little family memento that we're going to have. We're going to hang it up. We've got one for him. We're going to hang in his room, and then we're going to hang one in the living room there, in the main la sala, as they say in Espanol. We got an interesting day today. Not a ton of mobile stuff to discuss, because there really is never any new mobile news. For some reason, mobile news is just so much slower. But cybernetic skins do go live tonight, so that's something. That's something. It's something, right? Emerald Word of the Day is posted, but let's go ahead and jump into this. So, cybernetic skins go live tonight. They go live here in about 8 hours if they're not live already. Sometimes they go live a little early. Sometimes you can buy them a little early as a bundle, but the actual event isn't going to go live probably for about 8 hours. Cybernetic Skins is a 3-day event. It's going to last the whole weekend. It's going to, the last day of the Tournament of Power event. Little crossover there. And then we've got When Worlds Collide, which is at this point, I think it's a monthly event, isn't it? I feel like we've had When Worlds Collide every month. Yeah. About once a month at the end of the month, we have When Worlds Collide. And then it looks like we're going to finish things up with Power of the Elements and another Tournament of Titan Power. Finish the month strong. You guys know it's, we got 6 weeks until the end of the year. 6 weeks. 6 weeks until the end of the year. Do what you got to do, guys. Do what you got to do before the end of the year. Yeah, some guy, it's a mobile thing. Over on Hero Wars, Facebook and web, much larger concerns. Titans and Tournament of the Elements update is going to go live sometime next week. Presumably sometime next week. I want to start the discussion. With the official community manager responses that I know about so far. There are basically two. Responses. A couple of people are claiming unhappy, etc., etc. First response from community manager Andrew: thanks for sharing. Basically, any new addition, and especially progression depth addition, is going to widen the gap in a way, just because paying players can max any content much faster, and there's always a catch-up game. But we can't not add new content, for example, as older players get bored and will leave at some point, so it's a tricky thing, but players' feelings in that regard are still absolutely valid. For now, we are monitoring the overall sentiment and looking very hard for specific issues and areas where we can tweak things to make this update more enjoyable for players, like adding ways to spend gold, autocomplete gold spend quests for some, or maybe adding ways to get gold Guild War trophies for players for other leagues, for example. So it is highly possible that there's going to be some pretty drastic changes to the overall gameplay structure. We'll touch on that in a second, though. Continuing on, will there be any new currency? Will there be any new currency to make up the difference between level 121 for Titans artifacts, Titans artifacts and totems from level 121 all the way up to 193? No new resources. You have spare Titan potions. Cool. Use it. Spare gold. Cow trophies. Nice. You'll have a chance to use it. Same for Essence of the Elements. Okay. So the problems, there are numerous problems. There are numerous problems with this situation, right? It's a very subjective opinion, first of all, about how much this pushes the goalposts out. And that's the idea of what this is. I'm going to read chat here. I'm going to try to answer questions here. Abdurham says the change is crazy. Imagine a new player hearing that he has to raise totems and Titans to level 193. And it's not all cuz every year the cap increases by 3 or 4. All right, so let's focus on this statement in particular. The change is crazy. First of all, it's very subjective. To some players, the change isn't that crazy. A minority of players, yes. 100% agree, minority of players are not going to think this change is crazy. If, playing devil's advocate here, if the change had only been to level 130, which is what most of us expected would happen eventually, if the change was only to level 130, then they would get a nice bump. They, as in Hero Wars developers, community managers, finances, the game company, they would get a nice bump for a little while, a couple of months. But adding to 193 is, again, an opinion that it's far away, but it will add growth for a while. Okay, now let's break down this other part. Abdurham says, imagine a new player hearing that he has to raise a totem in Titans to level 193. First of all, I will say that new players don't have any context for what it takes to level up in this game. Most new players, and this is a personal opinion, let's say that, this is a personal opinion, most new players have no idea the cost of this game. Everybody has the same time to spend, and everybody has the same opportunity to spend money within reason. There are some niche, rare cases where bundles don't exist anymore and that kind of thing, but I don't want to talk about that stuff. Everybody has the same opportunity to spend time and or money on this game. The way, in my opinion, that this game works is you start off the game not trying to spend money, not trying to be competitive at the very top. And as you play, as you're given gifts and daily rewards and events reward you with currency and you buy stuff with that currency, you start to feel like, you know what, maybe if I just bought a small thing, I can add up a little bit more. And that's how they get you. And then you're a spender, and then you're like, well, I can't do the presumption that a new player has any idea what it takes to get to level 120, 130, 193, that is completely outside of the realm of what a new player would have any context for. And speaking of context, we got really upset when they added a third skin to Heroes. Most of you weren't around for this. Most of you weren't around for when they added a third skin. Most of you weren't around for when they added Grand Arena. Most of you weren't around for when they added Titan artifacts, Titan skins. Most of you weren't around for that stuff. People got really mad. A lot of people quit. Even more people quit spending. But we don't talk about it anymore. And why is that? Well, with time, we kind of forget. We work our way through it. We get leveled up and all of that. But as new players join the game, and I suspect a lot of you have joined since a third skin was added. Heck, now most heroes have 5 skins, right? We used to make a joke about foreskins, and that was years ago. The foreskin demonetization joke was years ago. Players that start Hero Wars next week will have no idea how good it was to only have to level to level 120. And I'm going to expand on that point a little bit more. Okay. Most players will not reach level 120. Okay. The average player will not reach level 100. Okay. The average player doesn't even reach level 30. Okay. Let that sink in for a little bit. The average player doesn't even reach level 30. The average player isn't even in a guild. We know through documents that I cannot share, not allowed to share, that there are 20 to 30,000 new players every day. Now that's across all of the versions of the game. 20 to 30,000 new players every day across all versions of the game. Mobile, Facebook web, Huawei, Android, iOS, VK, all of that, right? Obviously, most of those churn or leave very quickly. Some of them stay, right? Some of them stay. But most of them don't reach level 30, either because they quit before that, or they just don't bother, right? They just kind of get there and they keep floundering along, and eventually they just stop playing the game. A lot of players just play the game for what it is, and that's a quick time waster in the middle of the afternoon, and then call it a day. So the average player, expecting the average player to understand the difference here, you can't do that because they just don't get it. And I say that to say this. It might as well take 2 million years to get to level 193. Okay? It might as well take 200 years to get to level 120 because most people won't get there. Most people will not get there. Most people don't understand that there are people that are willing to spend more than you, and you call them crazy. You guys hear about this all the time. You think about driving. I know most of you are driving right now. Not right now, but that you drive, like you are an adult and you have a driver's license. Everybody that drives faster than you on the highway is crazy because they're driving faster than you, and that's unsafe. They're crazy. And everybody that's driving slower than you, they're just being too cautious. They're taking their time. They need to get out of my way, right? Everybody has their own little mindset, and you just can't fathom that anybody else has the right mindset, right? Well, Griff, there's no proof that I'm not getting specific numbers. It's like bribing a cop. If you bribe a cop, not legal advice. But according to movies that I've watched, if you don't specifically say the amount and you bribe a cop, it's not technically bribing a cop. I'm just saying, just entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. The illusion that you can make it is what keeps you hooked. I don't want to keep picking on you, Abderm. I just keep seeing your comment. Yeah, and you will be hooked, but you won't know because most people, and I'm talking like 90%, that's an arbitrary number. A majority of Hero Wars players have never heard of me. A majority of Hero Wars players have never been in the Discords. They're not even following the Facebook pages. A majority of the Hero Wars players are not following any Hero Wars accounts on any social media. How are they supposed to know? Charlie, your argumentation skills are manipulative, and you had already posted contradictory. Count up what contradictory statements. I'll happily discuss them with you, and if I'm wrong, I'm happy to say I'm wrong. Gaming with Smokey Dan. When I used to play Pokemon Go, I knew a guy that had spent 10K on the game. I'm sure is more now. I'm still playing to go get it. Yeah, and you know what? That guy, he might have that disposable income. No bribing advice. Yeah. Joe Nardis, I absolutely made up that 90% number. The players that suck have never heard of Charlie. The good ones that actually... No. A lot of people have heard of me, don't like me at all. For statements like this, right? They're on 3 months worth of violence, so yeah. Islands are rotating a second. We'll talk about that as it gets close. Heavy Metal says, raising the level for Titans and artifacts to 130 would have been okay. So I want to talk about this. There's a lot of people that actually think that this is a huge psychological experiment. That we're all getting absolutely pummeled with the high ball sales strategy. Have you ever think about this. You go in to buy a car, right? You go into a dealership or a restaurant or something, and you're like, you sit down and you start talking to the salesperson or the server or whatever, and they offer you the most expensive thing. And they almost convince you, but you know deep down, this isn't something that I can afford. I can't afford that tomahawk steak. By the way, you should try a tomahawk steak from a good steakhouse at least once in your life. Split it with somebody. Tomahawk steaks are delicious. You can't afford the tomahawk steak, but you know what? Now you want a good steak, right? They've primed you. They've primed you to want a good steak. So then you're like, well, you know what? I'll buy that. What is a good steak? A ribeye or I guess a filet mignon or something like that. Maybe it's 10, 15% more than what you had intended on buying in the first place, but they got you. So a lot of people think that this is going to be walked back. Like that they're starting with 193 and they're going to be like, okay, you're right. 130 is good enough. And we're all just going to be okay with it. Like nobody is going to be mad. Whew, we sure showed them. We showed those developers when they tricked us. They tricked us. Calnap, that's your first warning. We don't do name calling here. You can hang out in the chat all you want, but no name calling. Let's see. Nothing compared to the 8 million emeralds on average it takes to reroll a perfect talisman. Oh my god, the talismans are ridiculous. You can get lucky and get it the first roll. Scott K. You could. Yes, explorer moves do carry over. There are people like me. Ha! Oh, I can't scroll down. Do we have to raise from 131 to 193, or is that just given to us from having the Gift of the Elements? So, Sean, the way that I understand this is you use the Gift of the Elements to unlock the ability to level up the Titans more. So, for example, once you get to level 130, the game looks at how many heroes you have at max Gift of the Elements, and then that adds to the effective total that you have. So then, like, let's say you have 30 heroes, 30 heroes with max Gift of the Elements. That makes it so that you can effectively level a Titan up to level 160, right? 130 plus 30 to 160. I think that's how it's going to be, but I'm not sure. And all of this is subject to change too. So, well, I just have to wait and see exactly how. But I assume the worst in this situation. I absolutely assume the worst. Ninja Turtle in Hero Wars Alliance? There's a Ninja Turtle? What? Hans shared. No. Hans already shared it with me. So I guess let's take a quick break and we'll go back to the Titan discussion in a second. But Hans Vlugel, I'm assuming you're here, Hans, because you sent this to me during my live stream. Am I covered? I'll hide the chat here. There we go. So let's see. Likely spoiler news about the new collaboration going by dialogue. Looks like we're getting a Ninja Turtle Leonardo. Wow. Okay. I don't know if this is real or what. This is on the Hero Wars Mobile, the unofficial Hero Wars Mobile Discord. Some text was apparently data mined. I'm looking at Loadrunner's page, and I don't see anything on Loadrunner's page. Is this what you sent me, Robert? There we go. Let's see. Names. Here, let me zoom in a little bit here. Names Leonardo. So there's been multiple portal rifts. Can you show me the way to the nearest one? My brothers might be there. It's possible. I hope we can do a comparative analysis together someday, colleague. But first, let's build that portal. I think we're close. If anyone can find your brothers, that would be him. He's got all sorts of beeping gadgets. Probably talking about Isaac, right? As long as your brothers don't pick a fight. I hate to interrupt your reunion, but a cemetery is a bad place for a science conference. The dead are crawling out of the graves. And then 5, first let's figure out where we can rest and grab some grub. It's been a rough night, and these ruins aren't giving me camping vibes. So it doesn't overtly say Ninja Turtles here, but the name of Leonardo and referencing brothers. This is Hero Wars Mobile, Frank. I would prefer Michelangelo. Yes, Darth Pananis. Is Hero 66 Julius? I don't know how to look at that anymore. They used to have that all in order, but... I love the Ninja Turtles, by the way. You guys ever heard of this this theory about why they gave the weapons to the turtles that they gave them to? Like, Raphael is the most aggressive, so they gave him defensive weapons. Donatello is the smartest and most technological, so they gave him the simplest weapon. You know, Michelangelo's the most wild, so they gave him a weapon that requires the most concentration. The nunchaku. And then Leonardo is the most serious, the most conservative, and the most reserved, so they gave him the only edged weapon. They have a sister. Mm-hmm. There's a lot. Usagi Yojimbo was my favorite Ninja Turtles character, though. Usagi Yojimbo. Yeah, Julie, I don't get it either. It doesn't seem like a really natural fit. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Hero Wars, I don't know. Based on the, yeah. That comic book is pretty dark. The new one that they're kind of running with, I really hope they do something with. The Last Ronin. Such a good story. Such a good story. And I never can remember the guy's name. Casey Jones. I like Casey Jones also, but Usagi Yojimbo, favorite Ninja Turtles character, even though I think he was like a spin-off, maybe a crossover. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, the Ninja Rabbit. I've got a patch, like a morale patch of him somewhere. Laura did. Okay, fair enough, Rodney. Laura absolutely did not fit in either. This is kind of cool, though. Ninja Turtles. Wow. Same as Laura. Oh, here we go. Here's more. Here's page 2. Both the city's logistical hub and a key part of Strongford's water supply. Water supply? The sewer? And I must humbly note I had a hand in its modernization. Either that or Strongford's swarm enemies decided to get side jobs in the night shift. Tools, Isaac, these fish folks must be talking about tech from our world. Stay sharp, this lady's got some sleep for sleeve. Master was right. You are the smart one of your shelled bunch. Definitely Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles collab? But not smart enough to see how severely you are. Quite the opposite. Father knew that with my talents, I might grow to rely too heavily on complex, and one day it could fail. Yeah, this is Donatello talking right now. Wait. Are we getting all of the Ninja Turtles? Like, this is clearly Donatello talking right here. Clearly. All of them will break the bank to get the soul stones. Guys, only get 5-star heroes. Only get 5-star heroes on web. Griff and I have been chatting back and forth about this for a couple of weeks now. Off and on. Only get 5-star heroes on mobile. Don't spend the money to get the 6-star hero. Don't spend the money. It's not worth it. Maybe a collab limited time only hero, though. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. All right. Emerald word of the day is exclamation points Titans, because of the Titan discussion. Say what you will about the Titans and the TOE changes, which we can get back to in a little while. Exclamation point Titans enters you into my end of month giveaway. Carlos, I got you today. The way this works is we roll a name. Marty Meyer. Or Mayer. Marty. M-A-R-T-I. Marty Mayer. What kind of car is that in the background? Looks like a Mini Cooper almost. Anyway, Marty's got 60 seconds to let me know that they're still here. They're still watching. Just to prove that they are available and engaging. Let me know what version of the game you're playing, Marty. Got a peach. Peach Monster drink. I actually reached out to Monster Energy. I've been reaching out to Monster Energy. Marty's here. What version of the game, Marty? I've been reaching out to Monster Energy trying to get a sponsorship. I want one of those fridges. You know, those cool Monster Monster mini fridges. And fill it up, man. Marty's a web player. Pet skins, pet artifacts for sure. They're coming. Oh, they're coming. For sure. Turtle Titan. Let's roll. Narayan. That's a great name, though. Nara. Yanni. Narayan. Nope. Can't do it. My mouth doesn't form the words. Nara, let me know if you're here. Oh, yeah, there you are. You're here. Nice. What version of the game do you play? Sorry for butchering your name. I apologize. Me and another guild member decided to quit the game if the 193 BS happens. I've been debating this for a while. Yeah, you know, man, a lot of people need a good reason to quit. And I think this is going to be a good one. I think this is going to be a web player. Nice. Okay. I think this is going to be a good reason to quit. Okay. I don't doubt that a lot of people are going to quit over this. But you've already spent your money, so you probably won't get much empathy from them. I don't want to see anybody not enjoying themselves. If you're not enjoying yourself, I don't want you to play. I would really just rather you do something else. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. You gotta love the thing, right? Like, I don't enjoy golf. I got a really good friend. No, he's an okay friend. I've got an acquaintance that really loves golf, and every time he sees me, he asks me to come play golf with him. I really should probably go play golf with him. But, I don't really enjoy golf. Meh. Okay. All right, so all of this discussion about Titans and all of that, I wanted to discuss the Q3 financial results. The real reason why I think the Titan announcement was yesterday was because the third quarter financials, the unaudited results for the third quarter of 2024 was also shared yesterday. Okay. Now, first things first, let's try to avoid politics as much as we can. We're going to dabble in them, but we're going to try to avoid them for the most part. And I am not a financial advisor. I used to be fully licensed, but I am not a financial advisor. Anything I say in my video today is for entertainment purposes only. All right, entertainment purposes only. The numbers do not look great. All right, revenue is down 10 million year over year. Okay, 10 million year over year, and it's down 30 million year to date, year over year. All right, 9% drop in overall revenue. Okay, a drop in platform commissions is because the game is shifting its focus away from mobile and more into web. Okay, game operating costs are flat. That's the cost to run the game at 13 million a month. Marketing expenses has gone up. General and admin expenses, that's like HR and accounting and all that stuff, that's gone down. Profit net tax is down 38% year over year. Okay, so it's 38% less this year than last year. Griff. It's all dookie. What's up, Glenn? It will keep dropping? I don't think so. But it will drop continually for a while, but it will turn around. Adjusted EBITDA. I'm not going to go through all of this. Like, there's a lot of crap here. There's a lot of financial mumbo jumbo, and if you know anything about financial documents, this can be massaged a little bit to make it look better than it is, or make it look worse than it is. And there are reasons why you'd want to do both. But I'm not going to get any of that stuff here today. What I want to talk about is this slide a little bit right here. And this is on gdev.com, GDEV. Actually, you know what? I'm going to link this in the description box over on YouTube. I'm going to add it to the description right here so that you guys can look at it yourself if you want. So bookings, this is how much was sold in-game. All games. Not Hero Wars Alliance, not Hero Wars Dominion Era, not Pixel Shooter or whatever it was. This is all games. All games. Okay. Down 8% year over year. Okay. In-app purchases are down 8%. Okay. Bookings from advertising, I'm not really sure what that's referencing, honestly. Share of advertising, whatever. Monthly paying users is down 16%. Monthly paying users is down 16%. That means that in the third quarter of 2024, there were 314,000 players per month spending any amount of money. $1, $1,000, 314,000. This time last year, there was 375. And then average bookings per paying user, that is the average spend per player, is actually up to $92 from $84. Okay, $92 from $84. This is Q3 this year versus Q3 last year. The numbers aren't great, and nobody's happy about this. Obviously, the shareholders aren't happy. PC bookings are up 1% year over year. The decline of the mobile version is slowly but surely happening. Cost of bookings split. Most of us are in the United States. And there's a bunch of documents over here you can download and read through yourself. There's one that I want to show you that is a different look at the stats. This is one of the slides. Let me find it here. Let me find it. Here we go. Here we go. This is the slide. This is the slide. So this is comparing running quarters. Okay. So you have like the monthly paying users. Monthly paying users. The amount of users paying each month in Q3 versus Q2 versus Q1. So this is quarters in order, not year over year, if that makes sense. This isn't comparing this quarter to last quarter. This is, you know, the third quarter of 23, the fourth quarter of 23, the first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter of 2024. Another great look at how the company is doing overall. And again, this is all of GDev. This isn't just Hero Wars Facebook and Web. This isn't just Hero Wars Alliance, the mobile version. This is the entire company. Average bookings per paying user is as high as it's been in a while, but the total number of paying players is down overall. Joe Nardis, I spend like 10 minutes a month. No, I spend like 10 minutes a quarter talking about this. I apologize. I wish I had more blue balls from next year's Griff. So the amount of money people are spending is up, but the amount of spending players is down by a good amount. The lowest quarter that the game has had of monthly paying users in a while. This is definitely something that they're paying attention to, right? This is definitely something that they are concerned about. 16% is a big drop. That's like, that's like saying, if you had 5 customers a day, every day, all of a sudden you only have 4 customers now. But the 4 you do have spend slightly more, right? That's an oversimplification, obviously, but it's a big drop. That's a big drop in revenue overall. They're definitely feeling it. Now, what is the, let's see. Metric. The Altman Z-score. Altman Z-score. So the Altman Z-score of GDev. Okay, so the Altman Z-score is a financial term. It's a financial term that determines if a company is going to go bankrupt within the next 2 years. The Altman Z-score is a model designed to predict the likelihood of a company going bankrupt within the next 2 years, created by American finance professor. The model is specifically designed for publicly traded companies with assets greater than $1 million. Okay, this is manufacturing companies. This doesn't necessarily apply to GDev because they're not a manufacturer. Does that make sense? But we can still kind of look at it. So the Altman Z-score is 1.36. So an Altman Z-score of 1.36 is in the distress zone. This implies bankruptcy possible in the next 2 years. All right. You need it above 1.8. You need it above 1.8. And we are far away from 1.8. Okay. We are far, far, far from 1.8. But here's the thing. A lot of people are going to take this and be like, oh my God, Hero Wars is done. They're going to go bankrupt. Look at this down here. Here we go. GDev's Altman Z-score range over the past 10 years. Okay, the average Altman Z-score has been 0.85. Now, GDev has not been a publicly traded company for 10 years, but the average has still been pretty crappy, right? The average is still pretty bad, and they haven't gone bankrupt yet. Okay, they haven't done that. Here's the thing. Where did I go here? Here's the thing, and this is the only thing that I'm going to say about this. We intentionally do not talk politics on this live stream. We don't do it. We don't do it at all. It is a very incendiary topic, right? The world, especially the United States, is more divided than they've ever been. And I've never really felt good about telling people how they should think or feel. I don't like that feeling, and you shouldn't either. I say that, and you shouldn't either. Irony, right? The world hasn't been in a good place for a while, and that has something to do with the numbers. It's not accounting for all of the numbers. But the economy hasn't been great, right? The economy hasn't been great. However, about 10 days ago, things changed. About 10 days ago, some things changed. We don't really need to get into the specifics. We don't really need to get into like the side effects of what's going to happen come January 4th or whatever, January 6th or whatever day it is. We don't need to really dig into that too much, but I can see the economy getting better eventually. Eventually, I can see the economy getting better. I don't know that it's going to be in the next year, right? If I knew that the economy was going to be better in the next year, then I would not be making YouTube videos about a mobile game. Absolutely not. I think that we're going to see some changes in the next 1 to 4-ish years that will probably help out businesses. And I don't think that it will save GDev. Obviously, their future is in their hands, right? GDev is a business. They got to run that business. But they're going to get a little bit more help now than they have had. Even being a Ukrainian or a Cypriot, even being a Cypriot country, what happened in the United States 10 days ago affects the rest of the world. It is better than 4 years ago. U.S. economy is the envy of Europe. No way to predict the next 4. Yeah, of course. Economy is great. We're in a little blip. Joe, you know what? I'm okay with telling people, it's public record. You can go see who I voted for. But the federal elections don't really matter to me as an individual. Federal elections don't really apply to me too much. In the United States, the state that you live in and the officials of that state actually have a much bigger impact on your day-to-day. Like whoever's sitting in the White House, whoever's the president of the US, a little bit it impacts you, sure. But the state level stuff affects you way more. Way more. Way more. Inflation's global? Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Who you voted for is not public record, just whether you voted on... Oh, really? Casual credit gaming, I've never went and looked. I've never actually went and looked on... I've never really cared to see who anybody else voted for. Huh. Okay. Cool. So, to wrap all that up, GDev has... They've seen better months. They've seen better quarters. It's not looking good. Do I think the game is going to die? No. The game has got many years. The game has got many years left in it. It will be a slow death when the game does go. It won't be like one day we'll wake up and it's just off. Right? It'll dwindle and dwindle and dwindle and just wither away, and then eventually when there's no money left, they'll shut it off. But according to this, they're making they're making almost 30 they're making 30 plus million a month. Like that doesn't seem like a business that's not doing well. Like imagine saying that about a business. This business is done. It's making 30 million a month. This business is, there's no hope for this business. There's no hope for this business that's making 30 plus million a month. Rantop, what a lot of people don't know is I've got a master's in political science from SIU Carbondale. It's comparing profit, not loss. That's true. Where's the profit? Okay, so 5 million a month in profit. 5 million a month in profit. Yeah. Anyway. They can recover by having a 6. Oh man, they could do so many things to make money. Like if they needed to do a if they needed a nuclear option, like if they needed, like, I need to make money, there's so many things that they could do. Like they could have like a times 10 emerald sale for like a week straight. How many people would buy emeralds? A ton of people would buy it. Like they'd have such a cash infusion. No. And once we start seeing like nuclear crazy sales like that, then I'm going to worry about the game. Only then. Okay, let's draw some more names. Brian Lewis. Hopefully they will reduce investment on the fake ads. I don't understand how the fake ads are still working. Bunker, I'll see you next time. Casual Credit Gaming says $5 million a month on profit. Come on, guys. We can all scrounge together a few bucks and send it to them. There were people talking in the official Hero Wars Discord yesterday trying to buy the company. Like, there were people actually talking about trying to buy a majority stake in the company, like 5% or whatever it is, so they can affect change in the game on that level. Brian, I see you, man. What version of the game do you play? Yeah, when is the last time that they've had a time for Emerald sale? Like for all slots. Like they'll have one for Black Friday though, right? Penkaj says if they do a 10x deal, I'll be the first one to buy 1,000,000 gems. Yeah, like everybody would spend that day. Everybody would spend. Anybody within the sound of my voice would spend that day. Brian, what version of the game do you play? Got a good-looking dog. I miss my dog. She's upstairs. She's so cold and lonely right now. Okay, prefer Facebook. The rare Facebook player. Brian, you and I have a lot in common. Sinus. I feel like I draw you at least once a month, Sinus. Or Sinus. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I feel like I ask every time. Whoops. Copy. Any chance you could tell Nexters to keep tweaking your Conquest guild? Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're changing. Yeah, John, yeah, they're changing. Yeah, I got Brian. Brian's cool. They didn't do a good enough job with matchmaking with Area of Conquest. That's for sure. We have almost double the score of the second place team in our group. Yep, I do. My friend, I am so sorry that, you know, it's one of those things that I struggle with is pronunciation. I struggle with a lot of things, but that's one of them. That's definitely one of them. All right, and then Walter McTheny, The Seeker of Truth 101. Heavy duty. Walter. The Seeker of Truth. That's like a... I feel like that's like an MMORPG boss name, you know? Walter? What's in a name? I mean, Charlie's a very strong name. Is that server... Oh, wait. Is Seeker of Truth the name of the server? Almost. Walter. Sorry, Walter Willis. That's a bold statement. Come from a long line of Charlies. Or title you earn. Yeah. Seeker of Truth could be a good title. Also the gatekeeper. Walter, my friend, are you around? Letters, that's what's that name. That's funny. Man, I don't know. I don't know. This whole thing, this whole Titan thing has got me I'm a little divided, if I'm honest. I'm a little divided about it. Oh, looks like I got sent back. 12K. I'm a little divided about it. I think that it'll be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna sit in that one for a while. We'll just sit in that one for a while. Sure. I don't think Walter's around. All right, Rantop. Rantop. Can't believe that the Ninja Turtles are coming to Hero Wars. Just saying that out loud, man. Thoughts about unique Emerald bundles offer on web versions. Unique Emerald bundle offer. Unique K1. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Oh, there you are. Facebook. Okay. Show the ranking? Yeah. Here you go. We were almost ahead by double yesterday or the day before. Those you can buy resources for emeralds finishing around... Those you can buy resources for emeralds finishing around 7 per hour. Those you can buy resources for emeralds. Finishing around 7 hours? Is it a bundle like in here? I'm not sure what you're referencing. One hero with all 4 brothers as skins. Oh, that's smart, Scott K. The dolls? This right here? What do I think about these? Is that what you're asking? These right here? K1? Hope you don't mind. I'd never change the guild name. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Good to see it still going. No. Unique bundle on the right side. Do I not? Oh, I'm not showing. I'm sorry. I'm not showing my, here we go. Do I have the bundle that you're talking about? There's a unique offer maybe I don't have. Pops up from time to time on the main screen. You buy the bundles with large sum of emeralds. You previously said they were a terrible investment. Yeah, K1, I'm not sure. I'd have to see the bundle to talk about it. Honestly, I don't know what you're talking about. Is it like when you like when you lose? Are you talking about like when you lose a fight in Cosmic Battles? We could definitely use some players. We can definitely use some players, Nitty. Second from down up. Hero Wars Central. He refers to the unique bundle. Oh, this one right here? Oh. Has this been here the whole time and it says unique? You guys keep saying unique and I'm like, yeah, unique. Yeah, I get it. But it's actually called unique. I don't know. Are these any good? I haven't looked at these at all. What do you guys think about these? Are they worth getting? We got 150k Titan potions. I mean, that could be useful. This could be useful next week. I'm not going to lie. This precious offer might be very useful starting next week. 25k skin stones for 80,000 emeralds. I don't think that's worth it. Is it worth it? Maybe it is worth it. You think about Guardians of Outland, it takes 50k emeralds to finish Guardians of Outland, and that only gives you like 5,000 skin stones. And then 300,000 pet potions, ugh. 12k chaos particles, 12,000 times 7 times 7. 84,000 emeralds. So effectively, is this worth, let's see, 500, let's see, 500 times 100, right, is 50,000 emeralds. I mean, this one's worth it. If you spend emerald, so the problem with this right here is that most people don't spend emeralds on these things. Like, I wouldn't recommend anybody spending emeralds on runes or chaos particles, but technically it is a good value because that's 50,000 emeralds worth right there, and that's 12 times 7, whatever that is, whatever I showed you there. That's not bad. If this was absolute, because this isn't absolute, I don't want this one at all. The only one, like these two, I might consider. I wish that these were here in 2 days when Guardians of Outland was live. I'm actually considering buying these two now. These aren't bad. These aren't bad. I would rather pick the 75,000 skin stones. I don't need red. Yeah. Fair. Fair. I do need a lot of red. Cry Havoc says 75,000 skin stones for 78k is the best deal in the game for skin stones. And, you know, so the Titans level increase, artifact increase, and skin level increase going up to 130, 193 next week. If you are embracing that, then I guess this is probably a good deal also. Huh. K1, thanks for giving me the shout out. I would probably have just breezed right over this. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think that the only one I'm sure about is like, this is tempting. This is very tempting. Very tempting. And it's during Legacy of the Great Ones with that 200k emerald spin task. It's very tempting. I mean, 25k, 25,000 skin stones is like half of a skin. It's like half of a skin. Rantop, these don't cost money. They cost emeralds. So that's why they don't have the VIP. Cool. Mushi. And they gone. Who is the intelligence hero that I'm leveling up? Who did I talk about leveling up intelligence? Maya? Maya is who I decided against. Cornelius? I mean, Cornelius is probably who I should level up. Thea? Orion. Oh, man. Yeah, there is a spend emeralds task during this event, though. D. Warman. 200,000. Spend 200,000 emeralds. Plenty of opportunity there. Huh. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, and a bunch of boxes here too. Not bad. Okay. And the runes. Take all these runes. Sure. Some emerald dolls. Okay. How about some big skin stone chests? Not a bad purchase. Level up Thea. Thea is necessary for sure. I'm torn between Cornelius and Orion. Honestly, Orion and Cornelius both are really necessary for the boss fights. Oh, I wanted to do this for science, guys. I wanted to do this for science. I have an opportunity here. I did this just for you guys. My guild hates me for this, so don't tell them. Guess what I did? I intentionally didn't fight any of the phase 1 minions. I have no buffs. No buffs. I think I bought the gold buffs. We'll finish buying the gold buffs at least. Yeah. I have no buffs. My guild hates me for this. Actually, I just forgot. Let's see what happens. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we've got going on here. Martha, Sebastian. Pets, Albus. Okay. That seems silly. We're just going to play in auto mode. We're not even going to do the 8-second thing. Do buffs actually matter? Stay tuned. Now, to be fair, my heroes are basically all maxed, but that's 400 million damage. Can I break? Oh my God. This is the most damage that I've ever done. This is the most damage that I've ever done. This is the most damage that I've ever done. That was 160. See? Level 160, boss defeated, boss level increased. So this is the second, that's the second 160 kill right there. I cannot believe that I just did that with 0 buffs. Big step up, man. Just play in auto mode. Just play in auto mode. You don't need anything else. Brian Lewis, yes. The Lara team is better than Jew. Yes, it is. Wow. Wow. 586 million damage with no buffs. Okay. Try again in 2 weeks. With 0 buffs. Deal. Joe Nardis said it, so we got to do it. Nope, I just played auto from the beginning. Guyan. Streamer luck? Definitely. Definitely. All right, guys. Big weekend ahead of us. Who's watching a YouTuber fight an old guy tonight. Looking forward to it. My old boss has got a surprise birthday party. We're going to go hang out with him for a little while. And then after that, we're going to watch the fights. It's going to be a good weekend. But try. Do your best to not add to the population. Don't subtract from the population. Don't find yourself on Monday in the hospital or in the newspaper or in jail. But if you do find yourself in jail, establish dominance quickly. Just like Mike Tyson did. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.